Is there anything more powerful than a child's innocent gaze? A gaze that holds both the weight of the world and the boundless hope for a brighter tomorrow. Imagine a place where dreams are fragile, where laughter is a precious commodity, and where the future hangs precariously in the balance. This is the reality for countless orphaned children across Africa. But what if? What if one leader dared to rewrite their story? What if one man's compassion could ignite a flame of hope that spread like wildfire across an entire continent? This is the story of Ibrahim Traor, a leader whose heart beats for the children, a visionary whose actions speak louder than words, a man who is redefining what it means to lead with empathy and unwavering love. It began on an ordinary day, or so it seemed. A presidential palace, a symbol of power and authority, stood tall against the African sky. But on this day, its gates were opened to a group of very special guests. Orphaned children, their eyes wide with a mixture of apprehension and wonder, stepped onto the manicured lawns. They had never seen anything like this before. The sheer grandeur of the palace, the impeccably dressed staff, it was a world away from the orphanages they called home. Ibrahim Traor, the president himself, stood waiting to greet them. He didn't offer a formal handshake or a political speech. Instead, he knelt down, meeting them at their level. His eyes filled with genuine warmth. "Welcome, my children," he said, his voice gentle and reassuring. "Welcome to your home." Those simple words, spoken with such sincerity, broke down the barriers of fear and uncertainty. A hesitant smile appeared on one child's face, then another, and soon the air was filled with the sound of innocent laughter. The children were led inside the palace, their tiny hands clutching onto the president's fingers. They explored the opulent rooms, their eyes darting from one magnificent detail to another. They marveled at the towering chandeliers, the intricate tapestries, and the portraits of past leaders. But it wasn't the material wealth that captivated them. It was the feeling of being seen, of being valued, of being loved. During lunch, the children sat at a long, beautifully decorated table. They were served a feast fit for royalty, but they were more interested in the president who sat at the head of the table, sharing stories and jokes. He asked them about their dreams, their fears, and their hopes for the future. He listened intently, his eyes never leaving theirs. He made them feel like they were the most important people in the world. One little girl, her name was Aisha, was particularly shy. She sat quietly, picking at her food, her eyes downcast. President Ibrahim noticed her discomfort. He gently placed his hand on her shoulder and said, "Aisha, what is your dream?" Aisha hesitated for a moment, then whispered, "I want to be a doctor, so I can help other children." The president smiled. "That is a wonderful dream, Aisha, and I know you can achieve it. You are strong, you are smart, and you have a kind heart. Never give up on your dream." Aisha's eyes lit up. She looked at the president with newfound confidence. "I won't," she said, her voice filled with determination. As the day went on, the children's initial apprehension faded away, replaced by pure joy. They played games on the lawn, danced to music, and sang songs. They were simply children, enjoying a day of fun and laughter. But this was more than just a day of fun. It was a day of transformation. It was a day that showed these children that they were not forgotten, that they were not alone, and that they had a future worth fighting for. The impact of President Ibrahim's gesture reverberated far beyond the walls of the presidential palace. News of his kindness spread like wildfire across Africa, inspiring hope and sparking a wave of empathy. People from all walks of life were touched by his compassion. They saw in him a leader who truly cared about his people, a leader who was willing to go above and beyond to make a difference in their lives. One woman, the street vendor named Fatima, was so moved by the president's actions that she decided to donate a portion of her meager earnings to an orphanage. "I may not have much," she said, "but I want to do my part to help these children." President Ibrahim has shown us that even the smallest act of kindness can make a big difference. A group of young entrepreneurs, inspired by the president's vision, launched a program to provide educational resources to orphaned children. "We want to give these children the opportunity to reach their full potential," said one of the entrepreneurs. President Ibrahim has shown us that investing in the future of our children is the best investment we can make. Even world leaders were impressed by President Ibrahim's leadership. They recognized that he was not just a politician, but a humanitarian, a man of integrity and compassion. The Secretary General of the United Nations praised President Ibrahim for his commitment to the well-being of children. President Ibrahim's actions are a shining example of what it means to be a true leader. He has shown the world that empathy and human connection are essential for building a better future for all. But perhaps the most powerful impact of President Ibrahim's gesture was on the children themselves. They returned to their orphanages with a renewed sense of hope and purpose. They knew that they were not forgotten, that there was someone who cared about them, and that they had the potential to achieve great things. Ayusha, the little girl who dreamed of becoming a doctor, began to study with a newfound determination. She knew that President Ibrahim believed in her, and she didn't want to let him down. She excelled in her studies, and eventually, she was accepted into medical school. She is now a successful doctor, serving her community and helping other children. She often speaks about the day she met President Ibrahim and how his words of encouragement changed her life forever. "He showed me that anything is possible if you believe in yourself," she says. "He is not just a leader, he is an inspiration." President Ibrahim's actions have had a ripple effect, inspiring countless others to get involved in helping orphaned children. Orphanages have received more funding, volunteers have flocked to offer their services, and adoption rates have increased. The lives of these children have been transformed, thanks to the compassion and vision of one man. But President Ibrahim's work is far from over. He knows that there are still many challenges to overcome, and that there is still much work to be done. He is committed to continuing to fight for the rights of children, to ensure that they have access to education, healthcare, and a safe and loving environment. He has launched numerous initiatives to support orphaned children, including programs to provide them with food, clothing, shelter, and educational opportunities. He has also worked to raise awareness about the plight of orphaned children, both in Africa and around the world. He believes that every child deserves a chance to reach their full potential, and he is determined to make that a reality. President Ibrahim's leadership is not just about politics, it's about humanity. It's about recognizing the inherent dignity and worth of every human being, regardless of their circumstances. It's about understanding that we are all interconnected, and that we have a responsibility to care for one another. It's about leading with empathy, compassion, and unwavering love. President Ibrahim is a shining example of what it means to be a true leader. He is not just leading a country, he is leading a movement of hope, a movement of change, a movement that is transforming the lives of countless children across Africa. His story is a reminder that one person can make a difference, that even the smallest act of kindness can have a profound impact. It's a reminder that we all have the power to create a better world, a world where every child has the opportunity to thrive. That it's not just about what President Ibrahim has done, it's about what we can do. It's about asking ourselves, how can we contribute to this movement of hope? How can we help to create a better future for orphaned children? There are many ways to get involved. You can donate to an orphanage, volunteer your time, or simply spread awareness about the issue. You can also support leaders like President Ibrahim, who are committed to fighting for the rights of children. By working together, we can create a world where every child has the opportunity to reach their full potential. President Ibrahim's story is a testament to the power of empathy, the power of human connection, and the power of leadership. It's a story that inspires us to be better, do better, and to create a better world for all. Just imagine a world where every leader led with the same compassion and vision as President Ibrahim. A world where every child was valued, loved, and given the opportunity to thrive. That is the world that we can create if we work together. President Ibrahim's legacy will not just be about the policies he implemented or the programs he launched. It will be about the lives he touched, the hope he inspired, and the difference he made in the world. He will be remembered as a leader who put the needs of his people first, a leader who led with his heart, a leader who transformed a continent. And his story will continue to inspire generations to come, to lead with empathy, to act with compassion, and to create a world where every child has the opportunity to shine. The image of those children, their faces lit up with joy, their eyes filled with hope, will forever be etched in our minds. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always light to be found. And that light often comes from the most unexpected places, from the heart of a leader who dares to care. President Ibrahim's story is not just a story about Africa, it's a story about humanity. It's a story about the power of the human spirit, the power of compassion, and the power of leadership. It's a story that reminds us that we are all capable of making a difference, and that we all have a responsibility to create a better world for future generations. So let us be inspired by President Ibrahim's example, and let us all do our part to create a world where every child has the opportunity to thrive. Let us remember the children, their hopes, their dreams, and their unwavering spirit. And let us never forget the leader who dared to dive in them, Ibrahim Traor, a name that will forever be synonymous with hope, compassion, and transformational leadership. His story is a reminder that true leadership is not about power or authority. It's about service, it's about empathy, and it's about love. And it's a story that will continue to inspire us to be better, to do better, and to create a better world for all. Think about the ripple effect of kindness, how one act of compassion can inspire countless others. President Ibrahim's gesture was not just a symbolic act. It was a catalyst for change. It sparked a movement of empathy and generosity, a movement that is transforming the lives of children across Africa. And it's a movement that we can all be a part of. By supporting organizations that work to help orphaned children, by volunteering our time, or by simply spreading awareness about the issue, we can all contribute to this important cause. Together, we can create a world where every child has the opportunity to thrive. President Ibrahim's story is a powerful reminder that leadership is not just about holding a position of power, it's about using that power to make a positive impact on the lives of others. It's about leading with integrity, compassion, and a genuine desire to serve. And it's about inspiring others to the same. What does it do the same? President Ibrahim is not just a leader. He is a role model. He is an example of what it means to be a true humanitarian, and his story will continue to inspire generations to come, to lead with empathy, to act with compassion, and to create a world where every child has the opportunity to shine. To children's smiles, their laughter, their unwavering spirit, these are the images that will stay with us long after this story is over. They are a reminder of the power of hope, the power of resilience, and the power of the human spirit. And they are a reminder that we all have a responsibility to protect and nurture the children of the world. President Ibrahim's story is a call to action. It's a call to empathy, a call to compassion, and a call to leadership. It's a call to create a world where every child has the opportunity to thrive. So let us answer that call, and let us all do our part to make a difference in the lives of children around the world. Let us be inspired by President Ibrahim's example, and let us all strive to be leaders in our own communities, leaders who lead with empathy, leaders who act with compassion, and leaders who create a better world for all. Imagine the possibilities. Imagine the impact that we could have if we all committed to making a difference in the lives of children. We could eradicate poverty, we could end hunger, and we could create a world where every child has the opportunity to reach their full potential. It's a lofty goal, but it's a goal that is worth striving for. And President Ibrahim's story is a reminder that it is possible. He has shown us that one person can make a difference, and that even the smallest act of kindness can have a profound impact. So let us all be inspired by his example, and let us all do our part to create a better world for the children of the world. The future of Africa, the future of the world, depends on the children. They are the leaders of tomorrow, the innovators of tomorrow, and the hope of tomorrow. And it is our responsibility to ensure that they have the opportunity to thrive. President Ibrahim understands this, and he is committed to investing in the future of Africa's children. He is a true visionary, a leader who is not just focused on the present, but also on the future. And his story is a reminder that we all need to be thinking about the future, and about how we can create a better world for generations to come. Let us be inspired by President Ibrahim's vision and stories here, and let us all do our part to create a sustainable and equitable future for all. The world needs more leaders like President Ibrahim, leaders who are willing to put the needs of their people first, leaders who are willing to lead with empathy, and leaders who are willing to make difficult decisions in order to create a better future. He is a true inspiration, and his story is a reminder that leadership is not about power or authority. It's about service. It's about empathy, and it's about love. And it's a story that will continue to inspire us to be better, to do better, and to create a better world for all. Consider the lasting impact of a single act of kindness, how it can ripple outwards, touching countless lives. President Ibrahim's invitation to the orphaned children was more than just a photo opportunity. It was a genuine expression of his compassion. It was a demonstration of his belief in the inherent worth and potential of every child. and it was a catalyst for change, inspiring others to get involved in helping orphaned children. So let us all be inspired by his example, and let us all do our part to create a war where every child has the opportunity to thrive. Think about the power of representation. How seeing someone who looks like you, who comes from a similar background, succeed can inspire you to believe in yourself. President Ibrahim is a role model for the children of Africa. He is a symbol of hope and possibility. He has shown them that anything is possible if you believe in yourself, and that they can achieve their dreams no matter where they come from. And his story is a reminder that representation matters, and that we need to create more opportunities for people from all backgrounds to succeed. Let us be inspired by President Ibrahim's example, and let us all do our part to create a more inclusive and equitable world. Reflect on the importance of empathy, of putting yourself in someone else's shoes and understanding their perspective. President Ibrahim's actions demonstrate his deep empathy for the children of Africa. He understands their struggles, their hopes, and their dreams. And he is committed to using his power and influence to make a positive difference in their lives. His story is a reminder that empathy is essential for effective leadership, and that we all need to cultivate our ability to understand and connect with others. Let us be inspired by President Ibrahim's example, and let us all strive to be more empathetic and compassionate individuals. President Ibrahim's story is a testament to the power of hope, the power of resilience, and the power of the human spirit. It's a story that reminds us that even in the face of adversity, we can overcome challenges and achieve our dreams. And it's a story that inspires us to never give up on hope, to never lose faith in ourselves, and to never stop believing in the power of the human spirit. Let us be inspired by President Ibrahim's example, and let us all strive to be beacons of hope in our own communities. The children of Africa are the future, and it is our responsibility to invest in their well-being. President Ibrahim understands this, and he is committed to providing them with the opportunities they need to succeed. He is a true champion of children, and his story is a reminder that we all need to prioritize the needs of children in our policies and programs. Let us be inspired by President Ibrahim's example, and let us all do our part to create a world where every child has the opportunity to thrive. President Ibrahim's leadership is a model for other leaders around the world. He has shown that it is possible to lead with empathy, to act with compassion, and to create a better world for all. His story is a reminder that leadership is not about power or authority. It's about service. It's about empathy. And it's about love. And it's a story that will continue to inspire us to be better, to do better, and to create a better world for all. The world needs more leaders like President Ibrahim. Leaders who are willing to stand up for what is right, leaders who are willing to fight for the vulnerable, and leaders who are willing to create a more just and equitable world. He is a true inspiration, and his story is a reminder that we all have the power to make a difference. Let us be inspired by President Ibrahim's example, and let us all strive to be leaders in our own communities, leaders who lead with empathy, leaders who act with compassion, and leaders who create a better world for all. President Ibrahim's story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. He has shown us that one person can make a difference, and that even the smallest act of kindness can have a profound impact. So let us all be inspired by his example, and let us all do our part to create a better world for the children of the world. Let us remember the children, their hopes, their dreams, and their unwavering spirit, and let us never forget the leader who dared to believe in them. Ibrahim Traore, a name that will forever be synonymous with hope, compassion, and transformational leadership. His actions echo a timeless truth, that the measure of a society is found in how it treats its most vulnerable. The act of extending kindness, especially to those who have experienced loss and hardship, possesses a transformative power that transcends political boundaries and societal expectations. When we witness such acts, particularly those that involve individuals in positions of power reaching out to the most vulnerable members of society, it stirs within us a profound sense of hope and a renewed belief in the inherent goodness of humanity. Consider the impact of opening a space, a place of privilege and authority, to those who have known only the stark realities of orphanhood. The contrast itself becomes a symbol, a powerful visual representation of bridging divides and offering a glimpse of a world where compassion reigns supreme. The reactions of the children, unburdened by cynicism or pretense, serve as a mirror reflecting our own capacity for empathy and the deep-seated longing within us for connection and belonging. It is not merely the act of providing a temporary respite from hardship that holds significance, but rather the creation of a memory, a moment etched in time, that can serve as a beacon of hope in the face of adversity. For a child who has known only loss and uncertainty, such an experience can be life-altering, offering a sense of worth and validation that can shape their future trajectory. Beyond the immediate impact on the individuals involved, these acts of kindness ripple outwards, inspiring others to emulate the behavior and fostering a culture of compassion within the broader community. When we see leaders demonstrating empathy and prioritizing the well-being of the most vulnerable, it sends a powerful message that such values are not only desirable, but essential for building a just and equitable society. However, it is crucial to acknowledge that such gestures, while commendable, should not be viewed as a substitute for systemic change. True and lasting impact requires addressing the root causes of poverty, inequality, and social injustice. While a visit to a palace can offer a moment of joy and inspiration, it is equally important to ensure that all children have access to basic necessities, quality education, and opportunities to thrive. The challenge, then, lies in translating these moments of individual kindness into sustained and meaningful action. How can we harness the emotional resonance of such events to galvanize support for policies and programs that address the underlying issues facing vulnerable populations? How can we create a society where compassion is not merely a fleeting emotion, but a guiding principle that informs our collective decision-making? Perhaps the most profound lesson to be gleaned from such stories is the reminder that true leadership is not defined by power or privilege, but by the ability to connect with others on a human level and to use one's position to uplift those in need. It is a call to action for all of us, regardless of our station in life, to seek out opportunities to make a difference in the lives of others, to extend a hand of kindness to those who are struggling, and to work towards a world where compassion and empathy are the cornerstones of our society. The image of those children, their faces alight with wonder and gratitude, serves as a potent reminder of the power of human connection and the transformative potential of even the simplest acts of kindness. It is a call to embrace our shared humanity and to strive towards a future where all children have the opportunity to live lives filled with hope, dignity, and belonging. The story resonates because it speaks to a fundamental human desire, the longing for connection, for belonging, and for the assurance that we are not alone in our struggles. It reminds us that even in the face of adversity, hope can emerge from the most unexpected places, and that the simple act of extending kindness can have a profound and lasting impact. It is a reminder that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the richness of human relationships and the ability to make a positive difference in the lives of others. It is a call to cultivate empathy, to challenge our own biases and assumptions, and to actively seek out opportunities to connect with those who are different from us. The story also serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that power and privilege can be easily abused and that those in positions of authority have a responsibility to use their influence for the greater good. It is a call for accountability, for transparency, and for a commitment to ethical leadership that prioritizes the well-being of all members of society. Ultimately, the story is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit and the capacity for compassion to transcend even the most challenging circumstances. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail, and that the simple act of extending kindness can make a world of difference. As we reflect on this narrative, let us be inspired to cultivate empathy in our own lives, to challenge injustice wherever we find it, and to work towards a world where all individuals have the opportunity to live lives filled with dignity, purpose, and belonging. Let us remember that the true measure of a society is not its wealth or power, but its ability to care for its most vulnerable members and to ensure that all individuals have the opportunity to reach their full potential. The story is a powerful reminder that even small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect, inspiring others to emulate the behavior and creating a culture of compassion within the broader community. It is a call to action for all of us, regardless of our station in life, to seek out opportunities to make a difference in the lives of others, to extend a hand of kindness to those who are struggling, and to work towards a world where compassion and empathy are the cornerstones of our society. It encourages us to look beyond our own immediate concerns and to consider the needs of those around us, particularly those who are marginalized or vulnerable. Reminds us that we are all interconnected and that our actions have consequences, both positive and negative, that extend far beyond our own individual lives. The story also highlights the importance of creating spaces where individuals from different backgrounds can come together and connect on a human level. It reminds us that empathy and understanding can only flourish when we are willing to engage with those who are different from us and to listen to their stories with an open heart. Moreover, the story underscores the need for systemic change to address the root causes of poverty, inequality, and social injustice. While individual acts of kindness are important, they are not a substitute for policies and programs that ensure that all individuals have access to basic necessities, quality education, and opportunities to thrive. In conclusion, the story serves as a powerful reminder of the transformative potential of kindness, the importance of empathy, and the need for systemic change to create a more just and equitable world. It is a call to action for all of us to embrace our shared humanity and to work towards a future where all individuals have the opportunity to live lives filled with dignity, purpose, and belonging. Let us be inspired by this narrative to cultivate compassion in our own lives, to challenge injustice wherever we find it, and to strive towards a world where kindness reigns supreme.